Saturday night, this are the truth. Rhesa Talkshow up on the grammar bear the fruit. We aspire to inspire the greater side for you. Shine with on the day, make great minds fuse. We are talking about the successful people them now. I must get specs, I will represent for Rhesa Talkshow. The body's live on earth. We are go celebrate youth. Saturday night, this are the truth. Rhesa Talkshow up on the grammar bear the fruit. We aspire to inspire the greater side for you. Shine with on the day, make great minds fuse. We are talking about the successful people them now. I must get specs, I will represent for Rhesa Talkshow. The body's live on earth. We are go celebrate youth. Saturday night, this are the truth. Rhesa Talkshow up on the grammar bear the fruit. We aspire to inspire the greater side for you. Shine with on the day, make great minds fuse. We are talking about the successful people them now. I must get specs, I will represent for Rhesa Talkshow. The body's live on earth. We are go celebrate youth. Saturday night, this are the truth. Rhesa Talkshow up on the grammar bear the fruit. We aspire to inspire the greater side for you. Shine with on the day, make great minds fuse.
No.
Good evening. Good evening. Mr. Progress and nothing less. If you are joining us from Facebook, welcome. If you're joining us from YouTube, welcome. And if you're joining from Instagram, welcome to Rhesa's Talk Show Live. Here with your host, Rhesa. Guys, we have a lot of things going on for you tonight. Of course, this is the show where people from all walks of life come and share their progress journey. We have two amazing ladies, and they want to share with you the reason why they dance. So right now, I'm going to ask you, if you are on the live, share the live, share the live, share the live.
S2 EP10. Say me they are same way. S2 EP10. Say me they are same way.
This is a song from upcoming artist SK.
Marvoni.
You know, if you protect your life.
Protection. Protect me, oh Father. Jah help those who help themselves. Lace up my clocks and buckle up my belt. If it take on the road for the wealth. See it clear, say me.
Alright, guys, you don't know, so we are not gonna be wasting any time. We're gonna go into our hot topics for this week.
The successful people them know. I must get specs, I will.
And number one in our hot topic, guys, Adidja Palmer, aka Vibes Cartel, has officially married. I don't know. I heard from official source that it's someone from Germany, where they're from New York. But as you can see in the WhatsApp post, they were conversing. He said, "Good morning, wifey." So big up yourself, Vibes Cartel, all the time. In number two hot topic, we have fish invade Clarendon yards. So just imagine, guys, you are up and about, and then when you look at the back of your yard, all you can see is fish. Now, I don't know about you, but I would have probably just grabbed my fishing line and get things over with. So This is one of the news update right now. Fish in Clarendon yards. All right. For a hot topic number 3. We have a Zimbabwean woman, Precious Sibalo, is now an airline pilot after years of service as a waitress. Girl, I'm so proud of you wherever you are. Just imagine being a waitress for years and then you're now officially an airline pilot. So that is indeed an hot topic. Hot topic number 4. From your
A spice from a
Yemi Ale, the Nigerian singer, collaborated with dancehall artist Spice in their new single Bubble It. Bubble It, Bubble It, Bubble It, Bubble It. One girl, I love it. Number 5, it's nobody but Queenie Lady Gansa and her husband Do It. One man to make a day. That's a new way, guys. That is it for our hot topic for this week. We're not telling no lies.
Again, man.
Feel the vibe.
You know, as a juvenile, just one thing we really appreciate from them till now, is the music, you know. Hey, me say me want build a big song. So when you touch the road, everybody say you hit man. A song will make you happy, me no want see no friction. Something where you dance to, all if a
Alright, guys.
Christian. Alright, then me a talk.
We're gonna go right into our first interview for tonight. Now, our first guest tonight is 17 years old. She says dancing is my life because it gives her an opportunity to express herself as well as her love for K-pop. She lives by the mantra, be positive and don't give up. People, help me welcome to our live dancer AJ. So AJ, I'm gonna be adding you to the live. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much, AJ, for joining us tonight. You are on a Jamaican show. How do you feel?
They're really good.
You feel good? Good, no problem. So, AJ, I know, of course, dancing is your life. How would you rate your love for dancing from 1 through to 10?
I rate it about an 8 at the highest
8? Why not a 10?
because even though I do love it, it's very exhausting from time to time, and it does is very time consuming. But besides that, it's something that I do very enjoy.
Okay. And let me tell you, as someone who is unfit, I don't know. So I do understand the part about being exhausting. I do understand. So who is your biggest motivator in all of this?
Um, Both of my parents, because ever since I started dancing, they've been supporting me nonstop, and my family, like as a whole, have just been nonstop supporting me, always hyping me up for everything, liking and commenting everything that I post. And that's just something that's really nice to see.
And you say both parents, that's it? That
Hmm.
is just amazing. That is amazing. So are you a part of any dance group or you want to create a dance group?
At the moment, I'm not a part of any dance group because I am too busy with like school and cheerleading and marching band to really have time for anything else. But I hope to join one, um, hopefully in a few years or so.
Okay, okay. So I look on your social media and I realize that you do post a lot. So how do you find the time? I mean, you seem so busy.
Sometimes I pre-record some videos and just post them throughout my day. Sometimes when I have free time when I come home, I can find a way to record something and just post it, and hopefully it turns out good.
That is smart. I really need to try that. You pre-record and then you post. That is smart indeed. So, how do you ensure that you're fit enough to deliver your performance whenever you dance and stuff like that?
Well, stretching is very important because you don't want to hurt any of your muscles while you're performing. But another thing would just be to make sure that you're sleeping and eating right, because if you don't, then it's gonna like be a lot more tiring and it's gonna be a lot more exhausting to do. For me, I do cheerleading as
Mhm.
well. So every day after school, I go straight to practice for about 2 hours. So I'm already very exhausted. But on the weekends, I just stretch a little bit, stretch on my back a little bit, and exercise, and then just get right into it.
Okay, so it has to do with the eating diet and exercising and stuff. But I want to know, like, are you always in the mood though? Are you always in the mood to just get up and dance and let it out? Like,
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It really just depends.
so what if you're not in the mood but you have a performance? What are you gonna do?
Then I would have to. I just try to find something to do, like play some music, watch something beforehand, just to like lift my spirit up and try to motivate me to do it.
Okay. So if of course you have a lot of people, including myself. Well, I don't consider myself a dancer, but I do love dancing very much. What are some skills that we need to have, to be one of the best dancers? What are some valuable skills we need to have?
One thing would be to just have a positive attitude and just be willing to try anything. Because I know when I started at a studio doing ballet like 6 or 7 years ago. I didn't understand it because I was new to everything. So I
Mhm.
just gave my best and I just tried anything that was asked of me. And eventually I got the grasp of it. And a few years later, I'm just trying to just be positive about everything, because if you have a positive outlook on it, it makes it
Mhm.
much more fun and much more easier. And another thing would just be to just, along with having fun, just to make sure that you are following exactly what you are told to do, but making it your own style. So that way
Yeah.
you can make it your own original piece.
Okay. Okay. So just get up and be ready. And you said in your mind it was ballet. So how did you come up to start doing K-pop?
I got into K-pop around middle school, so around 2017-ish, and I didn't really know any groups at the time. And
Mhm.
so when I heard about like soloists like Psy when Gangnam Style dropped, it got me a little bit more interested. And then groups like BTS and GOT7, as well as like female soloists, especially like CL and Hyuna. Those are like the big instigators that got me into K-pop. And
Mhm.
since then, I've just been like doing a mixture of different styles, as many as I can, but mostly just K-pop since I listen to it more.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Uh well, I'm not gonna say a lot of people. Some people might not be familiar with the K-pop dancing. I was not. I'm gonna be honest. Like when I met you guys and you said, okay, K-pop is your favorite, I went and I did my research. So how do you deal with like negativity? If people are saying, what is it? What are you doing? Like, what kind of dance is that? Like, how do you deal with that?
So me personally, I haven't really dealt with a lot of negativity. I think
Mhm.
like the most that I've really gotten is like commenting on my weights, which is
Mhm.
something that you should not do, or like
Mhm.
to anyone at all. But
Right,
I do
right.
know a lot of my dancing friends, they do get comments like that, like why do you dance like that or do some weight or something like that, which is terrible and it should
That's
never
true.
happen in the first place.
Mhm.
But if it happens, um, you just either ignore it or prove them wrong. Half the time, you just prove them wrong and prove, like, this is how I dance. If you don't like it, just get out my way because you're not important to me.
Right. That's about it. Get out of your way. It's rather not important. And clearly, them being negative is just pushing you further.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. Now, if you're in a performance, how do you deal with a situation where you forget your steps and you're on stage, everyone is looking at you? Like, how do you deal with that?
At that point, you just have to freestyle it. Like if you accidentally mess up or if you fall down, you just have to make it as a part of the performance because they won't know that
Mm-hmm.
you messed up. You just have to keep going. I remember one performance I had. It was for a competition, and my headband fell off mid performance. Like it was stuck to my face, and I just had to quickly improvise something to get it out the way. So I like whipped my head around as fast as I could to get it straight back to where it was, and I kicked it out of the way, and I ended up getting first place in that competition because they liked how I was able to move past my
Mm-hmm.
mistake and give a great performance despite my error that happened.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good. So, how did you get the motivation? Like, what was your breakthrough moment in that when you started to post on social media, when you started to keep dancing every day, and you decided that nothing at all can really change your mind? What happened?
Um, when I first started posting, it was around 2 or so years ago. I didn't really think much of it, and then
Mm-hmm.
when my first video that I posted got around 200 views, I was like, oh, I did not expect that. And so I just, it was something that I seemed to enjoy doing. And it was something that would seem like a great pastime and a great way to like keep practicing my performance abilities and my dance abilities
Mm-hmm.
while still having fun doing something that I liked. So I just kept posting because it was something that seemed very fun and enjoyable. And it was a great way to really just practice dancing different styles.
Okay. So, do you think you're gonna take dancing to a professional level? I mean, someday.
I hope so. I am planning to go to college sometime after I graduate next year and hopefully major in dance and become a professional dancer.
All right. You've heard it from 17-year-old AJ. And so currently dancing is like your hobby right now. It's not on a professional level yet.
Not yet.
Okay, but that's where you're heading to in the future, right?
Hmm.
All right. Thank you, AJ. Do you want to leave any advice for anyone who wants to become like, a professional dancer or wants to start posting on social media? What is your advice?
Really just don't care about what other people say because they're just random people. You don't know them. They don't know what they're talking about. Just do what you want to do and have fun with it. That's really all there is to it.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, AJ, thank you so much for joining us here on Rhesa's Talk Show Live. Stick around. Thank you. Share the live. Thank you for your support. Keep dancing. Keep expressing yourself at that. And I wish for you all the best in the future to come.
Thank you.
Crazy. Yo, man, come talk to you with them. Get more of the motivation. Let them know same thing, them more them can achieve it. Just have to work hard and work smart, though. Find me
All right. Thank you for the support, guys, who are on the live. We're moving for next. Yes, tonight. The best of James, Stephen, and Olivia discovered health. We're going to be moving to our video of the week.
Me know life hard, but we must understand. Say the greatness of life, me not under the ground, and me must use me talent.
It's not cold one, you know. You can
Out of certain things, yeah. Certain life is no worth living, yeah. Grave.
Guys, we have our video of the week. You are going to laugh and turn over. So, I want to hear your views. Our video of the week goes
It's not cold one, you know. You can just put little of this to Monday, Tuesday. So what happened to you and Damien? We not talk again. Alright, make a come go on, you know. Percy in there, you had to wait for me for how long? You know, one night catch me a road and so. So me gonna left out, you know. Then look here.
Yeah, me child, make sure say you lucky get proper, yeah?
Me lend Mass Joe the money from we last year, April. And he said he go give me next week. Mrs. If next week come a lie, me a tell.
The thing there, the out of the mosquito. But around there, when last thing cut the grass, Jennifer did call you about who fit up and choir next week. And make her come go on, yeah? Never know say pass the wife with child. No, me have to come back to with you. What on there? They must try and for a very long time to have baby. But you see, when you fast and pray,
The Lord will bless you.
alright, make her come go on, you know.
Almost can't go on.
Look here, Sister Carol did send something that was supposed to come down from Paris.
Guys, that was our video of the week. If you not hear nothing else, me sure see you hear. Make a come go on, you know. Me not tell no lie.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna be moving to
Psychological
our
moment.
next
That's right. Song full of
interview.
influences in a dog.
Pick up
With some more
yourself,
real
icon.
supportant.
Maybe.
What's next? They a dog, I will a flex. For artists, one vex, just vex. Naturally. Now give up. Dancer saga, tell them a dancer saga. Buck up, make some laughter. Dancer saga, right on the dancer corner. Nothing personal, just drama. Dancer saga, this a slash saga. Some artists we fat on maga. Dancer saga.
Our next guest tonight is currently on our screen. She's also 17 years old. She's a TikTok star who was able to find and grow a community through her love of K-pop dance. Her daily mantra was based on a sentence she stated in her class: living without a passion is like not living at all. And as such, she continues to strive for everything she enjoys. Hello, Carmela.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm well today. How are you?
I am great and fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. Now, we are all interested and, of course, excited to know your love for dancing. You know, how did you build your social media page? All of that. So, we're going to get right down into it. Now, who or what inspired you to become a dancer?
Actually, I've always been dancing. I've always had this thing for dancing, whether it was, your video games at home, there were dance games, whether I heard music. It was just an expression of music. I just did it all the time.
Okay, sounds good. So this is just natural for you then.
Yes, it is. It is.
So do you intend to become like a professional dancer, or are you currently a professional dancer?
I intend to become one. It's not professional yet.
Okay. Now, why out of all the other dances, why is K-pop your favorite?
Actually, I've done theatrical dancing growing up. I've tried hip hop. I'm actually taking officially classes now, but before I've been self-taught. I grow up watching the TV. You mimic what you saw, whether it was like singers, R&B singers, dancers, and everything, concerts. You mimic it, and that's what I did. And I fell in love with K-pop music, and I started looking at the dances, and it was similar to Black R&B and hip hop, and I was just like, oh, I could do this too. So yes,
Okay.
That's how it started.
That's about it. Sounds good to me. Now, what are some of your favorite dance styles though?
Definitely street style, like hip hop, maybe a little jazz swing to it, but no, just mainly hip hop, maybe contemporary, because I do have a contemporary background, but other than that, hip hop is
You like
based.
hip hop and moving like this?
Yes. Rhythm based. I'm very rhythm based.
Okay, and I see that. When I watch those videos, I can tell. Now, as it relates to your social media platform, Now, what are some advantages that you have of being a social media influencer, and what are some disadvantages?
So the advantages are definitely having a community to communicate with, to uh, express how much you love something, or also ask questions like, hey, how do you do this? Like, what is this? But the disadvantages are definitely local people finding out, or people from your past finding out, and it's like they're keeping track of you. But other than that, it's all good.
Okay, so everybody wants to know, like, what is she doing? So
Yes,
I
yes.
understand. Okay, okay. Now, what was that? Let us say, which video was it that allowed you to gain this stardom? Like, which post was it, or how did you feel when you woke up and you saw that? What was the story of you gaining so many followers on TikTok?
For TikTok, it was definitely, I also love rock music, and
Mhm,
culturally, it is seen as though it is not our thing, but it
mhm.
actually started with Black musicians doing soul and other rock music. It actually started with us. And so I wanted to let people know that, like, hey, there is representation for us. Here's some Black artists, whether they're unknown, local, or really big, here they are, and you can support them. And my video got over about 400,000 views, and I was just like, whoa. And I continued to go on and making more videos about that. And I also started talking about Black artistry in K-pop. That's how it began.
Okay, okay. All right. So if you should work with a celebrity, who would it be and why?
Oh, wow. Definitely, I would love to work with, well, as you see, my favorite group on my wall is called a K-pop boy group, 8-member, called ATEEZ, and they actually were originally a performance group that trained in LA in America, and they began to also make K-pop music, and they're the best performers I've ever seen.
So how would you feel though? How would you feel working with them? Because I have a question coming right after that. So let me hear. How do you feel if you were supposed to work with them?
If I were to work with them, I'd be so happy. I'd take every second as a lesson.
Okay, makes sense. So now you have a platform. What if you have other people, other local people link and say, hey, Carmela, can I work with you? How would you take that? Would it be seen as a way to assist, or you will, think about it first? Like, how would you react to that?
It was a way to assist, definitely a way to assist, because I started off when it comes to K-pop and actually hosting events. I saw it's local, but it's hours away. It's hours away. I saw events doing that. I was like, hey, I know there's a lot of people in this area. Let me see if I could gather them and actually show them, hey, you all like the same thing. Let's get together. So I would definitely assist. We are actually, in our community, we assist each other all the time.
So it's a collaborative effort.
It's all collaborative, yes.
Now, how do you manage being a social media influencer and the fact that you're a gifted and talented student? Like, how do you balance both?
I'm very diligent in my work, so I tend to catch on to subjects and topics very easily. So I tend to work ahead of the class, and then I have my free time where I could dedicate my work to this.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. So, how do you deal with, the negativity? You know that question is gonna come. How do you deal with that?
I've come across negativity in person and online, and hey, you said it once, I'm done. I don't see it again. I don't care. I just continue on.
So you just ignore and you just move on.
And ignore because it's not benefiting me. Actually, it's benefiting me because it's bringing more attention to me. But other than that.
Okay. All right. And of course, instead, and this is what people need to understand, negativity kind of build you on social media. Because
Yes,
the more someone is upset with a post, the more they'll share it.
Exactly, because It's getting more interaction on your video, so why not? There's more good than negative anyways.
Anyways, very good, very good. Sounds good. Now, how do you manage to keep consistent, posting every day, stuff like that?
It is difficult. Not every time you can make the big dance post or the big photos or long TikTok videos. That's why I use my Instagram story, create some interactive little 24-hour interactive things. That way people can see, hey, I'm still doing this thing. Hey, maybe you might be interested. I have a thing open. You can actually join, that type of thing.
Okay. Now, I know for sure that, the drive behind you starting on social media, you balancing your schoolwork and doing everything else you need outside your free time and stuff like that. How do you manage? What was your breakthrough moment? Who was your biggest supporter / motivator? What happened?
I blew up during quarantine, so I had this schedule where my classes didn't require video call. So I did it on my own time. So in the morning I woke up, I did my videos, and then maybe I have a class period, time to do my classwork, come back, see how things are doing, and plan for the next day. That's kind of how it went. My breakthrough moment is when one day I went to my school and a bunch of people started saying, Carmela, you were on my TikTok page. And at the time, I did not know TikTok kind of showed posts locally, but there was a lot more people noticing. And then just recently, like one day I went to a concert and took a photo with a friend that happened to be there. And I come back home and my friend said, hey, my friend knows you. I was like, what? I don't know this person. They were like, no, they texted me and was like, oh my God, is that Carmela? I see her dance videos. I was like, oh, nice. It's just out of nowhere. I didn't know this person. So those were my breakthrough moments.
Okay. And for sure, we want to know, like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What is it that's to come?
Definitely becoming at a professional level in this, working with people, because I have been noticed by different K-pop artists and groups and the choreographers as I take their classes. They actually really love my dancing, and I hope to take it to a professional level. Also, maybe trying to create an entrepreneurship out of it.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want to leave any advice for someone who, wanna gain such experience on social media, someone who is getting demotivated, someone who is waiting for that breakthrough moment? What's your advice?
I would say literally just do it, because I actually started on YouTube I was probably about 13, 12. I just wanted to show hey, I like K-pop dancing, and you can use these social media posts as a way to show progression. And that's exactly what it is. It's kind of like your own vlog, your own capsule. True. So that's just do it. You love it, you do it. And other people happen to love it too.
I love that. I literally love that. As your own capsule. I literally love that. And whosoever, anyone watching this live and stuff like that, we need to listen and take heed, because that's very important. Social media is like a way to show your progression. Very good. Thank you so much, Carmela, for joining us here tonight on the live. We appreciate the fact that you took the time out to share, your experience with us, your motivational words. And I do wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you for having me. I hope the show continues to grow.
Thank you so much. Guys, you've heard it from TikTok star Carmela. A lot of things happened here tonight. Just joining us from Instagram, welcome, from Facebook, welcome, from YouTube.
Like me next 19, so your thing shot you over ignite.
We're gonna show you back our hot topics. We're gonna do a replay of our funny video tonight, and then we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah, talk about the successful people them know.
Our hot topic for tonight.
We are talking about the successful people them know. I must get specs out.
Vibes Cartel, aka Adidja Palmer, is married. Fish invade Clarendon Yards. Boy, look out that door. Zimbabwe woman Precious Sibalo is now an airline pilot after years of service as a waitress. Number 4. You know that, right? Yemi Alade and Spice, the new song Bubbly. From a Bubbly. If you don't know Bubbly, go check it out. And of course, number 5, Queen and Huey latest track, One Man to Me Goodie. That's a new
We are talking about the successful people.
Of course, our funny video tonight, we're gonna do a replay for those who have not seen it.
Davis, me come go on, you know. You can just put little of this for Monday, Tuesday. So what to you and Damien, we not talk again. Alright, me can come go on, you know. Percy in there, you had wait for me for how long. Me no want like catch me a road and so. So me gonna left out, you know. Then look here.
Hey, me child, make sure say you lucky get proper, yeah?
Me lend Mas Joe the money from we last year, April. And he say he ma go give me next week. Mrs. If next week come a lie, me a tell.
The thing there, see? Out of the mosquito. Hey, but Errol there, when last thing cut the grass, Jennifer did call you about who for them and choir next week. Can make her come go on, yeah? Never know she pass the wife with child. No, me have to come back to already your whole on there. They must try and for a very long time to have baby. But you see, when you fast and pray,
The Lord will bless you.
alright, make her come go on, you know. Look here, Sister Carol did send something that was supposed to come down from Paris.
Yes. Looking into the comment section. Yes, people, Rhesa Talkshow International. We gonna lead. We not watching no face. Guys, if you know anyone at all who wants to be on Rhesa Talkshow live, just send me a DM on Instagram. Send me a message on Facebook or even on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, for joining Rhesa Talkshow live.